You are not here moves like this. This is ridiculous, and it's not gonna work with step-by-step guide for a limit order strategy with step-by-step upcoming following analyze for gold candles. We change it to the line. Here there is nothing more special, which I can mark like that. However, there is nothing more special, so I will went to the 1 week chart. This one, it can be here. Another one we can place here. So I will change to the daily chart, and there I will change my chart again to candles. Now we are on daily chart. Here we can check how the Fibonacci price level was reflected. Which more side were dominated, there is more probability that we will continue in that direction. So if we can see here, we really reflect this 1.0 zone, and this is our daily discount levels, which is basically a grabbing liquidity because the discount before was here. First of all, I will mark all the zones what were reflected, and I mean like obviously reflected, which is the first one here, 1 2 3 4. Another one is also here. So I would jump to the 4-hour chart, exactly show us that we are already in the premium zone. Also buy side liquidity here, but also we reflect this zone and this zone, which means that this was obvious buy of the upcoming order flows of the liquidity here. It was obviously that we are gonna for pump. The question is where with strong daily key levels. Those key levels, as you understand, those are the key levels. What are the perfect zones for your buy limit or sell limit orders? You are not here to doing moves like this. This is ridiculous, and it's not gonna work with this strategy. What you want, your risk reward ratio maximum of 1.5. You want to try to keep your risk reward ratio ideally maximum around 1.5. You will just set it from the order to the order, and this is working. I know what it looks like, that you are gonna target 1.5 or 1.1. This strategy is backtested with over 5 years of data, and I know when my risk reward ratio is 1 to 1 or 1 to 1.5, that my win rate is around 70, 80, and in some months up to the 90% win rate. And this is the best for the consistency, because almost every prop firm have consistency rules, which is the best with this risk reward ratio. It is greatest for the management because this is literally just buy and sell limit order. You can't have 1-to-1 risk reward ratio and have stop loss like 150 pips, because then this ways is like 50-50. Use Fibonacci at the daily and the weekly chart to identify these zones. You want wicks to see, not the candles or just like that. You want wicks. Wicks are just liquidity grabs or order fills. That's why also your risk reward ratio is 1 to 1 or 1 to 1.5. It's usually around 30 to maximum of 60 pips at the gold. And that's the usual correction move when we are at the daily or the weekly charts. Also, this zone could be limit order zone, which was marked over 4-hour time frame, so you need to be careful about it. However, this could be our trade. This is how our buy limit trade can looks like also. And because this is basically the zone which will always do at least some reflection of this level, where you can say, yeah, indicator, of course it will show you the premium level. I don't know if you understand that the premium level before was exactly this level. It looks something like this, which is exactly our zone. What was the perfect confirmation of our entry that this also could be, I don't know, probably bigger risk reward ratio. Yeah, because this was the ultimate confirmation for fast bigger trade. However, this is not what I'm seeking for. You have to seek for the stable risk reward ratio, and that's maximum 1.5. So we can continue to drag down on this analyze. However, with the limit order strategy, you are ending with a 4-hour, maximum 4-hour, but usually the zones, key zones, weekly, daily chart, maximum of the 4-hour chart. With this real limit order strategy, you are able, I'm able for the last real life data after the 6 years, able to get 70%, 80%, and in some months in the year, even a 90% win rate. With this reward ratio at weekly, at daily zones. Big win ratio is great for the prop firms because a lot of them are better than the others. However, they have consistency rules. With this strategy, you don't care about your consistency rules because you are the consistency. It's also great for your management because you just place orders and it doesn't matter. You can use this strategy on the intraday charts because intraday chart, it's riskier and riskier. The lower time frame you have, the more riskier it is. However, here I would wait for another confirmation from this trade because here we create shift of this whole structure as we grab the premium levels of the before, which was obviously just the liquidity. Why it's obviously just the liquidity? Because we tapped the level and we immediately fall down, which means it was take profit of many orders. So now what we are waiting for? I'm waiting for the gap what will be created after the Asia session will open. If it will be upper these levels or we will fall immediately into this level. However, this is zone what I wanted to trade for the short opportunity. It doesn't matter if from here or here. After the confirmation, I'm definitely targeting in intraday trading this zone, this zone, this zone, and this zone for intraday trading. If you are still here, shout out to you, and you can claim now your 10 days or 7 days free trial in our community, completely for free, full of traders, and I'm sure that you will find the last piece. We have free, ready, step-by-step, completely free schedule plan, trading plan for the prop firms, because you are your worst enemy in the trading. Shout out to you and see you soon.